phone up. All right, so now we're going to talk about how to communicate in the company. And once again, I cannot illustrate this enough. The reason why we spend a lot of time on this is because we want yourself and others and me to appropriately communicate so we can all win and not look like a dummy in front of other people. So I say that with light humor. So anyway, if we could, let's shift our focus to the organizational chart or the organizational hierarchy, whatever big term you'd like to use. And I'm going to walk you through that. So, are we good? Okay. So if you look at the very top, it has owners, and then it has an arrow going up and down to director, up and down, assistant director, up and down. And then you have a 3 equal playing field between challenge program coordinator, accountability program coordinator, and figure camp program coordinator. And just make a side note for anybody who sees this and was like, well, what the heck was that lead trainer position? We're going to call it the figure camp program coordinator. And then below that is personal trainer and front desk. So if you look at, this is more or less a who reports to who chart. So if I'm the owner, I'm directly going to the directors, which is me, going to the directors. Most of my time communication is spent with the director, more so than anybody else in the company or clients. Then next, the director would go to me for anything that they would want to do, so that's why the arrow's upside. So they have to go to the owner for permission on anything, and we like to leave that creativity for the director, to make choices that they come up uniquely on their own. If that made any sense. Then if you look at the director reports down primarily to the assistant director, to what they are going to do to help them with their duties, and the assistant director reports to the director. Now with that being said, the director's main role, I'm not going to talk about any duties in extensive detail, the director's 2 main roles are, one is sales, and what I mean by sales is not sign somebody, sell an ice cube to an Eskimo. That's a sales thing. What you're doing is you're trying to find out what people want and help them get what they want. That's it. And if we don't have a program to get them what they want, then we reference them to somebody who can get them what they want. The other thing is they are the alpha or the leader of the location, and they're responsible for all the training and accountability to people doing their job at the company. Where the assistant director, who reports directly to the director, is responsible in assisting the director in any tasks they may need assistance on. Super easy. Now, if I'm a challenge program coordinator or accountability programmer or program coordinator or figure camp program coordinator, my tongue's fatigued from saying that, they're all on the same level. Like they're not reporting to each other. They're at a higher level of than a entry level or a staff trainer or front desk. Doesn't mean they're any more cool, by the way. Doesn't mean that because they're on a higher level, we don't treat them any less or more respectful than a person. No matter what position you are, owner or front desk, we're all awesome people and we all get that equal respect. But from a hierarchy standpoint, sorry, I went off on a tangent there, these 3 divisions report up to the assistant director or director as needed. Typically, it's both at the same time. Okay, the director, assistant director will have a meeting with one of the coordinators about the results they've gotten. Now, the 3 main programs we offer are Figure Camp, Accountability Program, and the 6-week challenge. So we have that's where these people who are the program coordinators for each division, they're the one mentoring and coaching the people, answering nutrition questions, going over strategic planning for their fitness plan, and also they're there to embrace the communication between the client and the personal trainers or the front desk or the directors and so forth. So that's their main role. And so I have it set up so the trainers, they're not so much, the challenge coordinator isn't the trainer's boss, so the figure camp instructor isn't the trainer's boss, or the accountability program coordinator is not the trainer's boss, or front desk boss for that matter. The director or assistant directors are, but they are there to support the trainers to make sure, and the clients, that they get a best overall experience. And yes, the coordinators do staff training with the trainers in front desk for more skills, like the directors would. All right, then the personal trainers, they instruct classes, figure camp classes for all the programs and the front desk. Basically, they're the face of the company, and if they suck, then we're going to suck. So they're super important, and treat them with the utmost respect. So they actually have a lot of responsibility. They do a lot of things, and that's about it. Cool. So now let's get on to how to communicate to coworkers. Let me be brief here. Compliments go to anyone. Okay, let's not be over complimentary, because that can seem fake or could make someone uncomfortable. But you don't want to do that. But make sure that you reflect your week, or maybe the day, at the end of the day, and think about how your day went. Think about the people that made a positive impact on your life. Think about the ones that maybe didn't. And let's just focus on the ones that did and say, hey, Travis, thank you so much for covering my shift this week. Or thank you for having all my forms organized, so when I went in with my meetings for my clients or prospects, you made my life a lot less stressful and a lot easier. Give people some props. They don't need a card or anything like that. Just tell them thank you. Make it real specific, though, to what they did, so it's valuable feedback, and they know that that's helpful, and guess what? They'll want to do it for you more. That's not why we're doing it, but give them recognition, because that's just cool to do. And secondly, you're rewarding a good behavior or a good outcome. If someone was negatively impacting your day, and it really bothered you, address it with them, because they're the only ones who really have control over it. Or you would go to the director. Go straight to the director. You can go to the assistant director, but if you're evenly comfortable with both directors, just go straight to the director. But with that, I'm not hating on the assistant director. You could always go to them if you're something more comfortable. I will say this also. No matter who you are, what job position, what problem you have, when we have a meeting with the directors and, let's say, front desk, or a director and a director, and for some reason you don't feel like you're not safe with them, one of the owners, whether it's me, Jerry, or Nate, or whoever, Bree, or whoever ends up being the owner, let's include them on it, because what I do not want to condone in the company is people not being able to be transparent, because full transparency will lead to full knowledge of what we got to do, and then we can come up with a solution. And maybe even though your scenario seems so bad and unforgivable, maybe it is, and you don't know. Okay? You're better off being honest. I live by this policy. I have 3 little kids. You're better off being honest, saying you did something really bad, than maybe doing something a little bit bad and keeping a little secret. Okay? One last thing to go deeper in, I want to talk about zero tolerance for gossip. So, an example, let's say you have trainer A and B and C, and trainer A absolutely cannot stand trainer C. And to be fair, it may not even be for a good reason at all. It doesn't even matter what the reason is. But let's just say trainer A cannot stand how they run their classes or something like that. They find that they think they're unprofessional or something like that. And what trainer A does is they go to trainer B and say, hey, what do you think about trainer C or the intern or whoever it is? And trainer B is like, I don't have that much of an opinion. They seem all right, I don't work with them that much. Gosh, you should see how they run classes. Not very good. They don't lead them in the warm up. They don't do circle of results. All those super imperative things. If you don't keep your job, kind of, but just kidding. It is so uncool. What can trainer B do about it? Think about it. Trainer A is got this story in their head about trainer C. Trainer C doesn't know